Welcome to the bold analysis today, the 6th day, May 2025. Musalia Mudavadi went to Nyeri and warned Mount Kenya that they risk losing the deputy president slot if they divorce association with Kenya Kwanza administration, in a clear message targeting one Kithure Kindiki. In this podcast, I want us to look into this, why the president has decided to put Kindiki's position on auction for the highest bidder. Kindly subscribe to our channel. But I still remind you before we get to those details about this urgent appeal to support Lucy. This girl here is a student doing physiotherapy in Homa Bay KMTC. She comes from a very difficult background with only one parent who is also not very stable, even mentally. And she was taken to school sometime last month, but she got stuck. She cannot do exams or even continue the studies because of serious fee arrears and other requirements needed. So when this case was forwarded to us, as Team Bold, we decided to pick her case. I have promised Lucy that on Thursday evening, I will send someone who will travel to Homa Bay so that on Friday, her fees can be paid full in the arrears of 96,000, and also settle the other requirements needed, and will take up her, will adopt her education, her as one of us. So I promised I stand in the gap for this young lady, and I'm requesting us to do 100 bob challenge, or just any amount you can get, so that we can stand in the gap and support Lucy.
Good evening. My name is Okungu Lucy from Homa Bay KMTC, pursuing diploma in physiotherapy. I'm kindly requesting for your support in my school fees. I have a major challenge there, and I hear at school, when you don't complete your fee, no exam will you be allowed to sit for.
The situation is dire. We've done this before, and I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. I called you since yesterday. I was targeting at 150,000. I already have 47,000. I believe that we will be able to do it. So with the deficit of 103, I believe kidogo hujaza usione ni kidogo, just send what you have. And by the end of this week, probably that Friday, when David will arrive there, ataweza kusotiwa. And thank you very much for standing with this. Without much ado, I want us to listen to Musalia Mudavadi.
Hiyo ndio haibadiliki, na hiyo ndio italenga. That is our North Star, so that we can unite the country. Na mimi nataka niwashukuru viongozi wa hapa. You are solid. You are solid. Na nyinyi mkicheza vile Kimani Chunga amemueleza, sisi tunanyemelea. Mkicheza, mkiteleza, mkiwachilia, tutachukua. We will take. Kwani unafikiri namna gani? So a bird in hand is better than 10 in the bush. Mushikilie what you have. Take it seriously. Take it seriously. Don't take it for granted. There are other Kenyans there who are saying, my God, if only we just had a fraction of what they have, what would happen? Kwa hivyo, I want to encourage you, when you have an opportunity of this nature, and you're working with a president who has a lot of faith in the people of this region. Musitupe hiyo nafasi. Take it seriously. Work with him. Work with other Kenyans. Na hapo ndio sisi tunasimamia. Mimi nataka niwaambie tumesikiza the projects.
His message in Meru Church, in Nyeri Church. This statement was issued the day, in Nyeri, the day Rigathi Gachagua was also hosting a delegation. And it is very regrettable that someone is talking about a position and is begging a community to support the president so that they can retain a position. While isn't this just another tribalism talk? These are the people that lecture anyone and anything in this country that we must end tribalism. Is this not just another form of tribalism? And that is the day that Matiang'i laid a red carpet, Rigathi Gachagua laid a red carpet for Matiang'i in Omunyoro, an event that I did analyze here, and I told you that the chief guest was Matiang'i, and there's a well-choreographed strategy to ensure that they elevate Matiang'i and present Matiang'i as the preferred candidate for the Gema Nation. And maybe if you think I was wrong, I would want you to listen to this soundbite.
Mundu wetu muturi kuma kule Ebu, mundu wetu Amano kuma kule kwa Baruvia, mundu wetu Matiang'i kuma kule Githii, mundu wetu Kimbo kuma kule Eldoret. Ijuo turacokanĩrĩria kura citũ tũiyũkie katongo tondũ nĩtangĩte bũrũri ũyũ na tũthĩgĩ. Ijuo mwĩ tayari? Kana ijarĩria arataingĩrĩra ndini na gũkũ wa Mũnyoro ira. Mundu wetu Kalonzo Musyoka kuma kule Ikamba, mundu wetu Linturi kuma kule Meru, mundu wetu Muturi kuma kule Embu, mundu wetu Amano kuma kule kwa Baruvia, mundu wetu Matiang'i kuma kule Githii, mundu wetu Kimbo kuma kule Eldoret. Ijuo turacokanĩrĩria kura citũ tũiyũkie katongo tondũ nĩtangĩte bũrũri ũyũ na tũthĩgĩ. Ijuo mwĩ tayari?
By Matiang'i, by Rigathi in a church, through a radio call. Curiously, I've looked at that video. Something strikes. Something hit my mind on it. Number one, they're talking in some market, in a market. Na mama wanaendelea na kazi yao. I'm seeing police there. So, I don't know who they are protecting. I don't know if there is a dignitary there, someone they're protecting. But watu wako kwa soko na wanasikia Rigathi akiongea. And Rigathi is marketing Matiang'i candidature. You may want to take away some credit from Matiang'i, from Rigathi. But the one thing you can take here is, he's one person who can mobilize. He can mobilize. And there is a discussion and there is a research I'm still a survey I'm doing. Matiang'i and that formation, that opposition coalition has very serious candidates. Matiang'i, Kalonzo, Rigathi. Do you think Mount Kenya is going to vote for a candidate, a ticket where there is no Kikuyu? And some people are saying Ruto is ruthless and a very rough candidate. This election needs very strong candidates. Kalonzo is not facing a big threat from Cumberland. Is there a possibility of having a Matiang'i and a reformed Rigathi in the ticket? Start thinking about that. I will not delve more on it, but maybe sometime later we'll pick it. Is Matiang'i Kalonzo ticket an overhyped ticket? And someone is saying Ruto might get a leeway to suppress votes in Mount Kenya if Mount Kenya do not have a candidate. And thinking also that they are also coming up with a party. Apart from picking the best flag bearer, I want to believe there is something that that opposition team must do. William Ruto is already panicking and has put Kindiki's position on auction for the highest bidder. And that auction has been put with an objective. And I will explain that objective. But the objective of putting it, making sure that it's not yet picked who to take it. So what is the space there? Is to protect the opposition coalition must protect itself from internal sabotage by the state by turning its state confidence into moles. They must make sure that in that opposition coalition, some of the confidence there do not turn to be moles. Because President Ruto in 2022 did it as the other presidential candidate. It is really rumored that he infiltrated the Azimio Secretariat, turning confidence around Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga into moles. Monica Juma and Junet Mohammed are really believed to be some of the characters that wrecked the Azimio vote from within. Still to date, never explained the discussion about agents. There was a system that was used by President Ruto, by Uhuru Kenyatta, both in 2017 and 2013. But that system was not adopted by the Azimio team. So they must be very careful. The opposition coalition should be very, very careful about the infiltration of the state in its secretariat. The opposition has a resounding support. More than 70% of the population are behind it. But it should remember that William Ruto has the instruments of power of the state which he will apply to the maximum. But if you listen to how people are talking, the conversation is keen on what Ruto is getting wrong.
We cannot have someone who is a stranger to efficiency coming up with a program that is meant to deal with inefficiency. It's a good idea, but they are making it a cash cow. The Auditor General came up with the revelations that every money you pay, there is some 2.5% that goes to some fictitious and phantom pockets. That is my problem. Why should I have my money go into some mysterious pocket?
2.5.
Yes, yes. On every transaction.
Yes.
That tells you how people are buying choppers, because there is a lot of money that is being transacted on that platform. So the ideas they are coming up with, when you look at them, they are very brilliant.
Yes.
But what is the intention? The intention is to milk. I told you, in a company you only do extraction.
Does the government fix this gap? Because it is to no one's benefit that government is saying A and people are saying Z.
To where we are now, people have completely lost faith in President William Ruto. I think he has run out of time to do anything that can salvage his presidency. All the people want is someone else. Today, even if he comes up with I don't know what else he can come up with, because he has come up with everything.
Well,
but you see, they say
he's
in
got
politics,
these Chinese loans. He's got, I think, 180 billion to build roads.
But you see, they also say in politics, time is very crucial, because in politics a day could be 1,000 days. You know? But that notwithstanding, there is the aspect of, in terms of looking at Kenya as a country.
Listen to this gentleman. Now, I want to tell you that has been put on auction, and there is a serious, a well-coordinated smear campaign going on that I would want us to take a minute and look at, because that will actually give you the impression of what exactly is going on. There are tweets from Makau Mutua, I really want us to look at that tweet and a response from Ahmed Nasir. This one here. The Wamunyoro axis can as well scatter to 4 winds if Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka isn't picked to bear the flag in 2027. Hiyo nyingine ni story ya Jaba, ndoto ya mchana, take this to the nearest bank. Yes. So they're already creating a condition that if he's not picked, he's making his way out. And just in the same tweet, there was a response from Ahmed Nasir. Prof, only Kalonzo and Martha Karua are in competition for the presidential slot. The rest have different targets. His Excellency Gachagua knows his reach and limits. He can't be on any serious ticket. I don't agree. Matiang'i, Justin, and Wamalwa are angling for the deputy president slot. Muhisa and Linturi want powerful ministerial dockets. The Masai guy wants a powerful PS position, so the rest is between Kalonzo and Martha. So you see the way the smear narrative and the crack narrative is well coordinated and is now being sold to the people. I have looked at a statement from Nyando MP, Jared Okello, accusing Rigathi of tribalism and struggling to defend President Ruto over cabinet picks. And this is what I actually realized, that the charge, even as we want to talk, even as we talk about we want to end tribalism, this, and I think the president's talking about they agreed with Raila to end tribalism, this. But that seemed not to be it. Most several Kikuyu picks were Ruto's choice. Blaming Rigathi Gachagua for it is just trying to play political gimmicks.
And that is one of the reasons why we advanced the need to impeach him as soon as possible. So anything that Gachagua will lead, including this Wamunyoro outfit, Kenyans will reject. And they have started rejecting it in total. And let me tell Mbui, my brother Wandeto here, that no outfit can be bigger than Azimio, where Mbui played a very pivotal role. But we still failed to capture power. Even with that gusto that we had, such a firebrand, supported and led by a former president who was still in office, controlling all instruments of power, but we still failed. Almost 80% of the people in the current composition of Wamunyoro group were with us when we lost. The only addition here is Rigathi Gachagua, Mithika Linturi, and maybe just those two. So I don't know how this is going to play out, that we had 80% of Wamunyoro's composition and we lost. And now with the addition of a felon, a convicted felon, they are going to win against William Ruto. Maybe, it is said when devil wants to kill you, they firstly make you mad, then you die a natural death. But I don't hope that they will die a natural death, but the Wamunyoro as a group will die, and it will fizzle out. So this is going to be a referendum on Gachagua, not what they can do as a people or fail to do. The people that you have in that group are just tribal chieftains, and I will explain why. They look at their origin first and their basis. You remember when Matiang'i arrived into this country, I think 3 weeks ago, from United States. Mm-hmm. Probably he's on asylum, I don't know. He met this Wamunyoro group at Kalonzo Musyoka's center in Karen. And when they had that meeting, he was told that in order to be welcomed onto this table, you have to go back home and convince us that you have the wherewithal, the power to galvanize your base first. Then you can come, we talk. And that is why he was compelled to hold that huge rally in Kisii, in Busiland.
Okay.
Of course, they had to, in a bid to, win the persuasion of the rest, mobilize as much as possible to have people come out in large numbers and the press to be present and to beam it to the public.
But in real sense, the person who picked cabinet was actually the president. Now, why is Ruto putting Kindiki's position on auction? The first thing is this. William Ruto understands the opposition coalition is vouching for a non-Kikuyu ticket. And the opposition coalition, a significant part of it is vouching for Matiang'i. And I want to believe Karua can support Matiang'i. Now, what William Ruto wants is to ensure that he can break that coalition. And the first thing to do is to pick someone from there and make that person the deputy. The auction is targeting Kalonzo Musyoka. William Ruto needs Kalonzo more than any other person. Looking at how the Raila team are dilly-dallying, he's a bit more cautious about that. Number two, the Mount Kenya East trap failed terribly. Terribly. When Kindiki was picked, two assumptions were being made. That number one, Rigathi will be gone, will be forgotten. Number two, I'll be able to divide the Gema nation into Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West. But the very first visit that the president made after that impeachment was in Embu, and it was total heckling. Now, Embu is actually the headquarters of anti-Ruto rhetoric. Meru, you've seen a significant number of leaders there. The mythical Linturis and Kiraitu Murungi. Linturi has actually crossed over. I saw Kawira Mwangaza forming her own party. She's saying she can join the other side of Wamunyoro. The Mbas party, belonging to Kiraitu Murungi, has said is not going to join anyone. And also Peter Munya is not with the president. That Mount Kenya East thing is dead on arrival. The other issue is about the president feels Mount Kenya has left the station. By left. And just trying to dangle it and prepare them. And remember in Nyeri, Rigathi Musalia was accompanied by Kimani Ichung'wah. So they are sending this message to Kindiki and Raila team. Maybe it is also being put on auction to keep Raila team guessing there. To gaslight Raila team. So that they can still hang there into some imaginary hope. But in real sense, 2027 is still too far. Thank you.